What's going on, Toy Box TV fans, and welcome to a brand new episode of Disney Infinity Toy Box TV. I'm Johnny V.
And I'm Allison.
And when it comes to everything Disney Infinity, you have tuned in to the right internet program. That's right, I'm talking about we got news, we've got tips, we've got tricks, we've got tutorials, we've got the top 5 countdown, and what?
Lots more.
Allison's head's going to explode! So let's jump into the top 5, right?
Let's do it.
Okay.
And I gotta say, you guys really treated this subject matter with a ton of creativity and style worthy of the Imagineers themselves.
Don't forget love, Allison. There was lots of love in those toy boxes.
Of course. Guys, let's dive in and take a look at the top 6.
Top 5.
Top 6?
What are you talking about?
So actually there are 6 because there were 6 attractions.
Oh, dude. All right, let's take a look at the top 6.
Coming in at number 6, the Matterhorn Bobsled Experience by the Baroness 89. Hold on tight and get ready to rail slide through a fantastic recreation of Disneyland's Matterhorn bobsleds. This toy box is full of high speeds and twisty turns through a frozen mountain just like the attraction. We must warn you though, watch out for the Yeti. Number 5 goes to The Happiest Toy Box That Ever Sailed by Model Trainman and CC Runner 524. This toy box version of It's a Small World brought a huge smile to our faces and got a certain song stuck in our heads. As you sail through the wonderfully decorated toy box, you'll learn fun facts about each area of the world. We love that this was a collaborative effort between 2 great toy box artists. Amazing job, guys. Next up at number 4, Pinocchio Journey by Infinity Guru. Sit back and enjoy as the iconic scenes of Pinocchio's daring journey play out before your eyes. You'll be taken from Stromboli's marionette show to Pleasure Island where the boys turn into donkeys and then to the belly of Monster the Whale. Be sure to use your controller to look around and take it all in. This is storytelling at its finest. Now buckle up for number 3, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride by Fusoria 83. Go merrily on your way to nowhere in particular in this masterful recreation of the Disneyland Dark Ride. Fusoria 83 actually gives you 2 options. One button lets you sit back and enjoy the ride, and the other button gives you a car to steer through. Of course, we recommend putting down the Mr. Toad's motor car power disc if you've got it. And now almost to the top at number 2, Peter Pan Flight by Diz Explorer 03. Think of a wonderful thought and fly to Neverland. Diz Explorer 03 has expertly recreated every room of Peter Pan's flight in the toy box. From the darling children's bedroom to the skies of London and then off to Neverland, everything looks exactly like the attraction. We did have one issue though. We weren't ready for it to be over. Luckily, in the toy box you can ride as many times as you want. No lines. And finally, the best of the best this week and the number 1 winner of the Fantasyland Toy Box Challenge is Snow White Fantasyland Ride by Erdaddy 3. Wow, these guys are Toy Box Imagineers. There are really no words to accurately describe the beauty of their toy box design. The camera work is top notch, and each door opens to reveal yet another enchanting scene from Snow White's Scary Adventures. The dwarf jumping on the bed really had us cracking up. There are just so many little details. Congrats on a very well-deserved number 1 win. Alright guys, you can experience the thrill of all 6 winners that you just saw by downloading the Disneyland Park Toy Box. It's available now from developer picks in the game. Stay tuned for the next phase of the Disneyland Toy Box project, coming soon. And a big thanks to everybody who entered and put us one step closer to realizing the dream of recreating Disneyland in the Toy Box. We do have a few honorable mentions this week. Snow White's Scary Adventures by the Baroness 89, Peter Pan's Flight by Watusi Manu, Small World by Diz Explorer 03, Toad's Wild Ride, also by Diz Explorer 03, and Matterhorn PM by Fritzy Meltdown.
All right, and now we've got a new challenge for you guys that Allison, as you know, is very close to my heart. Guys, the jungles are jumping because it's time for the Jungle Book Challenge. A true Disney classic comes to the toy box, and now you guys have the opportunity to retell or perhaps even reimagine the tale from the loving perspective of the fans, right? I mean, you guys can bring, give me a character.
Mowgli.
All right, of course, Mowgli the man cub, or maybe
Baloo.
Baloo the bumbling bear, or how about maybe someone a little bit more deadly, maybe someone that's a little bit more like a tiger.
What's the tiger's name?
Ah, of course, Shere Khan, right? And all of your other favorites from this wonderful tale into the toy box. Guys, use your building prowess and storytelling skills. You know the original tales, but there's vast potential here, right, Allison?
Absolutely. You have a ton of potential to extend the fiction and perhaps elaborate on backstories that aren't even seen in the movie.
That is a great idea, Allison. Tell them when submissions are due.
Submissions are due on Wednesday, March 18th by noon Pacific time, so start on them today for your best shot.
Hey Disney Infinity 2.0 players, Charlie here from Avalanche.
And I'm Patrick Eford, aka Papa Echo.
Patrick and I are going to show you the toy box he built for the upcoming Jungle Book Challenge. Patrick, can you show us what we have to work with for the Jungle Book themed toy box?
Sure thing. I've rethemed my template toy box and organized the toys into the bare necessities for building a jungle-themed toy box. Here's what we got. We have Jungle Book townspeople, King Louie's racetrack theme, King Louie's Ruins terrain theme, Baloo's Jungle Sky Dome, Jungle Block textures, jungle decorations, elephant mounts, jungle critters, jungle-themed platforming toys, Jungle Ruins customizable plants, King Louie's throne from the set pieces, and the Disney Treehouse building set.
Super cool, Patrick. It looks like we have quite the selection of toys that we can fit into the Jungle Book theme. Patrick, can you show us around the challenge portion of the toy box you built for the Jungle Book Challenge?
Of course. So for the challenge portion of this week's toy box, we are dealing with one hungry elephant. He will gladly take you on a tour of the jungle, but if his stomach gets empty, it's game over. So it's up to you to make sure he's properly fed. I used armor orbs to represent the fruit for this challenge. The counter at the top of the screen represents the elephant's stomach. A repeater is set to decrease the number once a second. Fortunately for the elephant, I've included armor orb collectibles to represent fruit that he can eat along the way. Collecting one orb increases the counter, challenging the player to outlast the counter for as long as possible. I've packed lots of creativity toys into this trunk, you see what I did there? Such as adding a chomp sound effect every time an orb is collected, and including racing gates that replenish the collectibles along this jungle trek.
Nice looking toy box, Patrick. I never realized how hungry elephants can be.
For this week, I wanted to dive deep into a fan favorite creativity toy, the Text Creator. The community has truly taken this toy and run wild with it, but did you know that the text creator can be linked together to create entire conversations? To do this, you'll need 2 text creator toys, as well as something to trigger the conversation. I prefer the trigger area because it's only visible with the magic wand. First, you make the trigger connection, when entered, to the first text toy, Display Text 1. Once that is done, connect your first text creator to the second. Connect them specifically so that when the first line of text is dismissed from the first toy, it displays line 1 of the second. When line 1 of the second text creator is dismissed, display line 2 of the first text creator. You can keep chaining your text tools like this for as long as you'd like. Just remember to type in what you want it all to say in the text creator's properties. Of course, if you created a lengthy conversation, you probably only want it to activate once. To do this, I connect the text creator back to the trigger area, so that when the first line of text is displayed, it deactivates the trigger area.
That's some good information, Patrick. Adding text can be a powerful tool.
All right, it's time for Community Talks, where we ask a question and you answer.
Okay, so last time around, we wanted to know for all of our Disney Infinity fans that play on console, whether that's Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, or Wii U, how many of you guys are connected online when you play? Here is what you had to say.
Ian said, I connect our console to the internet, and I also tell others to do so because there's just so many things we can get online. It's one of the reasons I never get bored with Disney Infinity. Josh B said, I have a Wii U and I have internet for it, and boy is it fun. I love playing online multiplayer and making wild and crazy toy boxes with my friends. It's a blast. Best thing ever. Cry Tom said, I use the Disney Infinity website a lot. I use it to see my stats from my Xbox and to see the community pictures, toy boxes, characters, news, and much more.
Thank you guys so much for those replies. We love reading your responses, and in fact, we have yet another question for you.
All right, so on the development side, this year we've got power discs that change your costumes, and we've also announced one variant figure, a Black Suit Spider-Man figure. But we're actually curious, would you guys rather see a whole bunch of power discs that change your character's costumes and only 1 or 2 variants, or would you like to see a few more variants, like maybe 4 or 5, and no costume change discs that really applied to a broader spectrum of characters? So we want to hear from you guys. Let us know inside of the comments by using hashtag CommunityTalks what your answer is.
Okay guys, it's trivia time, and wait, where's the trivia mic?
It's actually, we keep it now off camera. So Jeff, would you please? That was the best throw of any of the takes that we've done. It was perfect right at me. And now, Allison, it's time to present the trivia microphone.
All right.
All right. Oh, oh, oh. That was
guys.
a song I made up, Stephanie and Legal, so there's no trouble there, right?
All right, guys.
Ask that question.
Okay, I'm ready for the question.
All right.
Let me go.
All right, go.
Okay, guys. So, Jungle Book trivia expert. What kind of animal is blue?
Oh.
Gotta stop him with this one.
Bringing the thunder, Patrick.
All
There
right.
you are.
Leave your answers in the comments if you know.
First up on Instagram, at Dutch Game Collector says, a day in the park with Captain Jack Sparrow Barbosa and Davy Jones. Who knew these scurvy sleep dwellers were that close of friends? Better keep an eye on those three, you never know what might go missing. And over on Twitter, at RufusHewitt17 shows off his awesome drawing and tweets, drew Baymax yesterday for Disney Infinity and Big Hero 6. Like it? We definitely do, Rufus. Keep up your awesome drawing. The team is totally impressed. And wrapping up the social spotlight for this week, Corey writes on Facebook, Tink loves listening to her soundtrack while playing Disney Infinity. Oh, thanks for sharing this splitterific photo, Corey. What other kinds of music do you guys like to listen to while playing Disney Infinity? We'd love to hear.
Well, everyone, that's that for this week's episode, but we will be back next week with a brand new installment of Disney Infinity Toy Box TV.
Okay, guys, and be sure to start jamming on your Jungle Book toy boxes and make sure you submit them by Wednesday, March 18th at noon Pacific time if you want to be considered one of the top 5 toy box artists.
All right, guys, have a great week. And remember,
Okay, if you can dream it.
you can do it.